South of Pioneer Square here in the great northwest city of Seattle at newly named Lumen Field, home of the 12s. Tonight, we've got a good NFC matchup in store, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Seattle Seahawks. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First down 10 at their own 26-yard line.
First run now for Kyron Williams.
And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. Oh, and they set the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay.
So that flag will set him back 5 yards.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Here's Stafford.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Stafford.
That is incomplete.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. Back deep, Rashid Shaheed.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line.
The Seahawks take over.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field.
31-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
First carry here for Kenneth Walker III.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Darnold now to throw. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 15. First down, Seahawks.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now off the bootleg, Darnold. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here's Darnold. Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 42.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Gets this complete to Shaheed.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
Well, that's one way and a good way to get things going offensively. One play in, and they're already on the move. The defense, they're hoping that's not a sign of things to come as this game unfolds.
And for Darnold, this may be a free play. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. Faking the give, Darnold. And he's got Smith and Jigba. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker taking it in from a yard out. And the Seahawks put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. So both sides of the football contributing here early. Their defense forces the punt, and then the offense takes it down the field and punches it in on the short touchdown run.
And, Brandon, that's good complementary football, and that's what they're going to need if they want to get out of here victorious.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game.
And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Big DeMarcus Lawrence getting in there and bringing him to the ground. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack on offense. Sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Brought up by Ernest Jones. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 40-yard line.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
And they just did not get the snap away in time.
Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards.
Now Stafford. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled at a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now it's Stafford.
He'll drop this down to Williams.
So the completion good for 7 there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
And it's 3rd down.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he gets this only to the 41, not near enough for the first. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
The Seahawks headed back out, and of all the 8 uniforms in the NFL rivalry set for this year, this has got to be the most intriguing one. It's known as the high decibel zone, obviously a nod to how loud this place can get and does get, but it's the sound wave pattern on the shoulders. So cool. That really steals the show for me.
And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a 1st down.
Well, so much for being backed up against their goal line to start the drive. He gave them some breathing room and then some. I think the defense really got caught thinking safety, trying to stack the line of scrimmage. And oftentimes, if you can get past the initial grouping, there's a lot of room to run. The defense actually fortunate that didn't go farther.
Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 20-yard line.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Call it a gain of a yard, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold.
He'll try and do this himself.
Darnold, he can beat you in a number of ways, and there the scramble for the 1st.
With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
In motion goes the tight end.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Play action. It's Darnold. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Back to throw, Darnold. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I will hear about that from him soon.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. 2nd and 9 from the 44. As they've got it as we resume action. Now it's Darnold. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. To throw is Darnold.
They'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And the Rams now coming out on the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Stafford. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And this one is incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They'll begin with much more advantageous starting field position than they did on their last drive as they come up here 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
Hands it to Walker to begin the series.
And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory.
Now 2nd and 3. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. 47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. They bring him down. Poona Ford, the one to get to him and drop him.
No gain on the play.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked.
Now Darnold. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running.
Darnold, he lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers.
And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this will remain a one-touchdown game. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
So the long field goal misses, and now the reverse. You're in a tough spot defensively. They'll start the drive at the 43. Play action. Stafford. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Well, just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 5. Up the middle, it's Williams. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, LA! Kyron Williams, 51 yards. And the Rams are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
That's good.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Well, every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Setting up the screen here, this is Walker.
And he's across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2.
Boy, that one was well read defensively, and this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
The Seahawks on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Darnold.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
They bring pressure there on third down, but this is a nice job of picking it up and making sure their guy has time to deliver the football. And they wind up getting the first down.
Off of play action, Darnold. He's got a man. It's his fullback. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's second down.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. This is Walker.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Darnold now to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
54-yard attempt.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. So another long try for 3 and another kick that comes up lacking.
Yeah, this isn't going to do any wonders for his field goal percentage, but you have to figure as a head coach that when you send a guy out there to try and kick from that distance, it's a 50-50 proposition at best.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory.
63 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Stafford.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
To throw is Stafford. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert, but right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Throwing is Stafford.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Smith brings it in, going across the middle.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 19.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Back to throw, Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
Complete to Kyron Williams. 10 yards on
now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Here's Stafford. Throw left side complete. That's Ferguson. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Stafford now to throw. And it's caught. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
At the 2-yard line.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. Again, it's Stafford. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A.
Puka Nacua.
A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams have taken the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Here's Darnold. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Darnold.
That is caught. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for us.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
1 1st down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Call out a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Well, the Rams about to go on offense one final time in this 1st half. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel.
The clock showing just 16 seconds till the half as they line up 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. An anxious moment or 2 there, but they do get him down. 1st down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
And the Rams, 1st down.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining 1st half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the 2nd quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
A gain of 9.
Now, that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on 3rd down.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback, so that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Darnold from the gun.
He's got his man. Complete to Smith and Jigba.
He continues to deliver a 1st down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold.
This one goes underneath to Walker.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Straight ahead, Walker.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Now off the bootleg, Darnold.
Throw out wide to Walker.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Play clock down to 0, and that's going to be a delay.
That flag, that'll push him back 5.
Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game. Play action. It's Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
2nd time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At their own 15.
He'll hand this to Williams to start things out.
And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Now Stafford. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Rams.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
Second and 4.
They go back to the ground with Williams. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Stafford. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Adams. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Out of the gun, Stafford.
Pass complete there in the cool.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 14.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Incomplete. Devin Witherspoon on the coverage.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Now it's Stafford. Throw left side complete. That's Adams. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
This red zone is where the Seahawk crowd really makes it tough for an offense to communicate. It's 3rd down. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That has to feel like a very unsatisfying drive, right? You move the ball all that way, and then you can't convert on 3rd down.
But it was satisfying up until that point. Almost like a great movie, and then the film cuts out before the big ending.
A 25-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
Seahawks 7.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field.
They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
He's tackled at
The 71 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now if you want to take a shot on 2nd down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
And Brandon, you know that expression, he just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
On the counter, it's Walker.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Okay, didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 1.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game? That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's the 2nd and 8.
From the 50, it's Darnold.
A quick throw there is incomplete. He was looking for Kenneth Walker that time.
And it's 3rd down.
8 yards to go.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
Back to throw, Darnold.
He'll try and do this himself.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it, but can't convert. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Picked off by Seahawks are right back in this football game.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7.
To throw is Darnold. And Walker with it over the middle. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 2.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Darnold down to throw. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Well, they opted not to run it. They completed the pass on 3rd and 2, but they lost yardage to bring up 4.
Well, give credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They snuffed out the play, but it does bring into question, 1, the play call, because they didn't run the ball there. They could have run it, and 2, just not getting it. That's got to be deflating for them.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Now it's Darnold.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Rams are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 3. Motion left, Smith.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
It's 3rd down and 4.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, second down.
Second and 10.
He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front three, your front four, your front five, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit, and that's what he did on that play.
And he'll just get rid of it.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive, as this is 3rd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Throwing is Stafford.
That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end.
And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stopped him short.
A 29-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7.
Seahawks 7.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Open man, he's got his tight end, Elijah Arroyo.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and 3rd and 8 now.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Here's Darnold.
Over the middle and complete to Shaheed. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Now Darnold.
There's a short one caught by Arroyo.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 4.
Darnold. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big pickup of 38.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
Off of play action, Darnold. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Here's Darnold. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Now Darnold on 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold.
He finds Smith and Jigba in the end zone for a Seahawks touchdown.
A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Seahawks have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And, partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that big-time drive right there? If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll hand it off now. Williams. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. In motion right is Smith. They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
The busy night continues for Williams. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. And they'll indeed take a knee. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here.
And say what you want about Lumen Field here in Seattle, but for my money, this is the loudest and most difficult place to win in the league when you're on the road.
It's very hard. The fan support, off the charts. The way that they make noise and understand when to make noise, they understand the game as well as anyone. And how about what we get in our media packets when we start preparing for the game? They have it in their own stuff, right? The number of offsides penalties, false start penalties that they draw against the opposing team because of that fan support. And last but not least, they designed the stadium to keep the noise in, and it works.
But not in this one. They were able to somehow come in here and get that victory. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
What are you guys doing? No. What are you doing? Come on, man. ¿Qué? Pues, malos que el veneno.